Good morning. Welcome to our Monday morning session number 160. So welcome to the new day, welcome to the new week. And let's get this week off on a great start, okay? A wonderful start, an energetic start, right? And every moment be aware how our default mode is impacting us. So when I woke up this morning, I was thinking of a lot of things that I wanted to say to you all. Okay. And then I finally zeroed in on one thing. And it was actually a thought which I had. And I think it will be echoed by many of you. That why is it that, it takes so much time for some of our goals to be fulfilled? Now, we have so many wants, we have so many desires. And why is it that those desires are not manifesting themselves as quickly as they can? So there are a lot of sayings, which say that ask and you will receive, seek and you will find. Okay? So then why is it that instead of smoothly achieving all those things that we want, there are difficulties? Why is it that we just get sidelined dealing with those difficulties when we even forget what our goals are? So I thought, let's start this off and let's start us all thinking on this topic, that why. So of course, sometimes there is unclarity about what our desires are. So that's a different matter. Let us say that we have very, very clear idea on what we desire. Then why is it not happening in our life? So we may assign many reasons to it. Okay? If you ask anybody, why are you not fulfilling your goals and ambitions? He will say, because. Okay? So he will have lots of reasons why it is not happening. But if we go beyond the reasons, what are we going to find out? What is stopping us from fulfilling our desires? If you go beyond your normal reasons, if you go beyond your normal becauses. So if you ask anybody, why are you not fulfilling your desires? There is obviously some answer, right? But that is the obvious answer. Is there anything else to it? Yes, Suresh, let's hear. Go ahead. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, you're unmuted now. Again, you muted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now you can talk.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
A little loud, please.
Now, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. Generally, most of people, I am working out on goal identification and goal achievement process to the people. To my clients. So generally, a lot of people, they don't even know what are their goals because of many reasons. They have. The way they mostly their thought process only. They don't look at the goals, but they want many things. Someone wants car, or wishes are there, but they don't know how to do it.
So, Suresh, since you are also in a kind of coaching and counseling of your clients, one of the things which is most important is that you should listen. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was the question I asked? I never asked you why people don't have goals. I'm asking you, why are they not fulfilling them?
Lack of planning.
Okay, lack of planning.
Lack of planning, and even though internally they know they wanted something, but they cannot express, they cannot identify their goals, first of all.
So, unclarity about the goal and lack of planning. That is what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah, yes.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, who else? Yes, Shakti. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Self-doubt, sir.
Self-doubt.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Anything else? Anybody else? Abhinav. Yeah, go ahead, Abhinav.
Yeah. Good morning. So your question, why people are not fulfilling on their goals, right?
Yeah, fulfilling their desires or goals or whatever you call it.
So first, one of the reasons is that they're not clear about their goals, and they're not clear about what they want. Sometimes it is more like कि दुनिया ये people are going after it, so I should also go after it. And second is, of course, people, people and me, including, believe that we don't have the ability to achieve that.
Okay, so how many points you made? 3.
I think 2. Yeah, 3 points. Yeah. 3 points.
Yeah, so can you recap them? What the 3 points that you made? Very nice points.
Yeah, so first I said that people are not clear about their goals, what they want. Number 2, people go after goals which they think they should go after, rather than what they want. It's like what the world wants, I should also want it. And the third is they don't have, people think, and when I say people, I am also included, people think that they don't have the ability to achieve those goals.
Okay, fine.
वो गुण नहीं है.
I got it. मेरे में गुण नहीं है. I don't have the capability.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Yes, Reddy Garu. Yeah, please unmute yourself, Reddy Garu.
It's just one point from my side, sir. It's willpower.
Okay, willpower is there or it is not there?
It is not there.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Yes, Darshana ji. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I feel that people make a lot of compromises on the way. The situations arise where they have to compromise and they put their goal aside for that moment and then say, ye ho jayega to baad mein I will look into my goal. And compromises keep coming and they keep on compromising. So it takes a long time for the goal to be achieved. And maybe some people don't ask. As you say, ask and you shall receive. Many people hesitate to ask. And then they are busy compromising all the time. So it becomes difficult for them to reach their goal.
Great. Thank you so much. Yes, Rama.
Hasina ji wants to say something. Please, Hasina ji, go on.
I didn't see her hand raised. That's why I didn't ask her.
The physical hand.
She's raising physical hand. Okay. Go ahead, Hasina ji. Please unmute yourself first.
There is not enough drive. You keep saying you want to do it, but then you get distracted with other things.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Yes, you want to say something, Rama?
Yes, sir. So in addition to all these things, not enrolling other relevant people.
Not being able to enroll the other relevant people. Okay, got it. Thomas? Thomas, you wanted to say something? You'll have to unmute yourself to do that. Thomas? Yes.
Answer.
Go ahead.
Sir, we are not consistent. We set a goal, but we are not consistent. Something crops up and then we let it go, come back to our comfort zone. That's how we are not able to reach our goals. We are not consistent at all.
Got it. Thank you very much for sharing it, Kunan. You'll have to unmute yourself first.
Yeah, very good morning, sir, and all. What is coming to my mind is, I was thinking from the self. I have my own values, which is, I believe, very important for me. And if I have the values, which I believe very important for me, but if it is not aligned with my goal, and if I don't have enough tools to achieve, I don't know how to get it done. So alignment between with my values, with the tools, and ultimate purpose and the objective. So because of lack of alignments of different elements, we get lost, sir.
Why would you be making a goal which is not aligned with your values? I'm wondering.
Normally we don't do. I don't do. So if it is not there, I can't achieve goals.
I know. So I'm saying that a lot of people, let's talk about you. Okay. So when you make a goal, I'm sure you'll make it aligned with your values. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then despite that, why does the goal not get fulfilled? Why does it take too long?
Either I'm not aware of the tools, how to get it done, or because of lack of burning desire that I have to get it done by hook or crook, I have to do. So
beautiful. I want to respond to this one, and this will be of use because many people think I don't have the tools. You know, when the Wright brothers, they were cycle mechanics who invented the aeroplane. Did they have the right tools?
No.
Because the tools were not even invented at that time, right? So what was it that they had? Okay. So just think, don't respond to it right now. So a lot of us, almost all of us think, I don't know how to do this. That is why my goal is not getting fulfilled. I don't have the tools. I don't have the know-how. Right? When Mr. Ambani started his company, which is now one of the biggest company in India, did he have the tools and the know-how? He didn't even have the money. It's interesting, isn't it? And we get bogged down with this. Most people do. I mean, if you're a normal guy, you will say, oh, I don't have the tools. I don't have the means. Okay. So let's continue the inquiry. Let's ask Neeti ji, what does she have to say about this?
So persistence. Sometimes when the goals take time to come through, we kind of lose our persistence. We start making compromises. Achha, itna nahi, itna hi sahi mil jaye, aisa nahi, waisa mil jaye, or some other counter intentions kick in that dilutes our drive towards the goal. So our drive towards achieving that goal is not persistent enough.
Okay, I got it. Thank you very much for sharing. Leena ji, good to see you. You wanted to say something? Hello, Leena ji. Please unmute.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I think some negative thoughts behind it. Our goal or desire.
Okay.
And lack of information, how to do it and all.
Okay, very good. Keep thinking about it. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? So we have a goal and we have a desire, and these are all the lovely reasons which are given, right? I like one, which was very nice, which was given by Reddy Garu. He says we don't have the willpower. Okay. So one thing which we have to understand is what is this willpower? Second thing we must also understand is that there is something called commitment. So we'll talk about that. But before we do that, just a gentle reminder to everybody, why are we here this morning? We are here for empowering morning conversation.
3 more people wanting to say something.
Sure. I've seen them and I will ask them. Their hands are not raised, it seems. Let me just do the intro. After that, also I can ask them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I can see Raghu's hand raised. Who are the other 2 people?
Suresh and Suchitra.
Acha, okay, very nice. Thank you very much. So, as I was saying before I got interrupted, very warm welcome. And let me remind you, why are we here? We are here for empowering morning conversations. And the purpose is to lead us to have a life that comes to us with ease, joy and glory. Now, wouldn't you love to have that? A lot of people think that if they get what they desire, then they will have a life of ease, joy, and glory. Right? And they can achieve things with ease, joy, and glory. Does life have to be a struggle and effort? Not necessarily. Sometimes you can be making the effort also and enjoying it. Right? Or you can suffer because you are making an effort. Have you noticed some people are doing work and they're enjoying it, and some people are suffering because they have to do work? So let's come to the topic of today. And before that, obviously, we will ask Raghuraman and Suchitra also to say. Okay? Question. Very important word here. Can you see what's written on the screen? So what is the difference between desire and commitment? Is it possible that I have desires, but I'm not having a commitment to fulfill those desires? So we will have to find out what is this thing called commitment. Yeah, so we'll come back to this after we listen to Raghuraman. Raghuraman, please go ahead. We don't want you to feel that we don't want you to talk. And after Raghuraman, let's have Suchitra. You will have to unmute yourself, Raghu.
So good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
The lack of planning and fear of failure. So those two not allowing us.
Lack of learning and fear of failure.
Lack of planning. Yeah.
Lack of planning and fear of failure. So how is that fear of failure?
Where you go for some time and you don't achieve what you want. And then you say that, no, you compromise yourself. No, it cannot be done. And like if we do it a couple of times or 3 times, then automatically the fear comes in. Oh, okay, I may not be able to do this.
Yeah, so if you get that fear, you failed anyway.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Great. Suchitra, please unmute yourself.
So good morning, sir.
Morning.
I would like to say that failure to achieve goals comes from lack of self-discipline. This I'm speaking for myself. Lack of self-discipline and some wrong habits, not ineffective habits, and also taking other people's version of you or judgment of you seriously, and not honoring your own evaluation of yourself, and also not being able to use failures and negativity as fuel to move ahead, but succumbing to that and just staying put there. So this is what
Okay, hang on. So let's take it one by one. First one you said was self-discipline, lack of self-discipline. Yes. Can you describe what is that lack of self-discipline?
At least for me, I have to spend a few minutes each day, like having to get up really early if I want to have a good day and an effective day. So if I slack on that, it's like I'm pushed into begin swimming as soon as I get up. So I need like an hour or 2 hours in the morning to ground myself, to think and all that, sir. So that's what I'm talking about.
You call that lack of discipline?
Yeah, if I don't do it, sir.
If you don't do what?
If I don't get up early and think out things for myself and simply just get up and start facing the day, that's lack of self-discipline on my part.
You got it. So that means that when you said something or when you committed something to yourself and you did not do that, that is lack of self-discipline, correct?
No, sir. This is one of the factors that doesn't allow me to achieve my goal.
Yeah, I know. But I'm describing to you what is lack of self-discipline for you or anybody else is.
Yeah.
If you said you would do something and you didn't do it.
Correct, sir.
That is lack of self-discipline, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What was the second point you made?
So wrong habits, like yeah, bodily and mental habits, like judging and also taking care of the body in some particular way and all. That's what I mean.
Yeah, bad habits could also include not being consistent.
Yeah.
Bad habits could also be giving up easily.
Yes. Yes, sir. Right.
Right. What other bad habits might people have? That, you know, one of the things, bad habits that people have is that they are never on time.
Right, sir.
So what other bad habits do people have? Let's hear from others also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad habits is a very big killer of your desires, you know. Any other bad habits that you can think of? No, wait, Suchitra, I haven't done with you yet. So what was the third one you said?
So I don't remember. I said maybe
others,
bad habits,
taking others' judgments seriously.
Yeah, accepting other judgments to judge yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that do?
So that simply makes me feel very invincible and frail. And I forget that I am an immortal divine being when I accept others' judgments.
You are allowing other people's judgment to diminish you if you believe it.
Yes, yes.
And then what happens? You lose your power to achieve your goal. Is that what?
So because the goal itself came from my divine immortal self. And so if I lose that, the perspective that I am that, then I don't feel like working towards that goal. I feel it might not be something to work towards.
Got it. Thank you so much. Very nice. Yes, Mr. Suresh Karu. Please unmute.
Yes, sir. We identify certain goals. Am I audible? Clear? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When we identify certain goals and as we mature, the priorities keep changing. Then we change the goal. And lack of planning also there, like someone wanted to have a bullet or something or car. Let me say last 2 months back, someone was saying, okay, I want to go for a Ford car. Now they have declared, okay, they are going out of India. Now he has changed it, changing the goal also. And as bad habits.
And what makes people change the goals?
Because now Ford is going out of India, then he is afraid of services and all that.
No, I'm not talking only about the car here.
Mm-hmm.
What does make people to change their goals?
Their development also. Like today, you are someone is fixing up with something, and then once they financially grow up or they see other world, they will change the goal also.
Okay, so
there are certain goals, sir, like long-term, short-term goals, and short-term goals they easily achieve, and when for long-term goals, when bad habits begin, it is very difficult to achieve. Like someone start, financially planned, and they habituated to alcoholism and these things, then all the money they will divert towards bad habits. Then his goal will be, it cannot be achieved. And even marriage, it is may not be. Like someone who likes to marry, a beautiful girl, he may achieve, he may not achieve. So these are the kind of things what I observed.
Okay, but how many of them have you observed about yourself? See, what I'm asking is, it's easy to observe about others.
Yeah, right? Many.
Yeah, so we should be aware about ourselves also. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, then we will get real power, right? Yes, Kunen. You are using the screen for, I think, 2 sessions away. Please unmute.
Yes, sir. While listening to the conversation, listening to the conversation, the thought came to my mind is that what I'm doing, I'm not using my attention and energy focused on my goals.
Yeah. So if I ask you, why are you not using your attention and energy to focus on your goals? What would you say?
I get distracted.
And why do you allow yourself to get distracted?
Maybe I'm not committed to the goals.
Yeah. So people have lots of goals, but how many of us are committed to our goals? And what kind of commitment is going to ensure that you will fulfill your goals and objectives? That is a question to ask. So there is a goal. Are you committed to your goal? Okay. And what kind of commitment is going to make you achieve your goal? So what is commitment? It's a word which we use. I wonder how many people really get what is the meaning of the word commitment. So what is the, you have a goal. My question is, are you committed to your goal? And if you are committed to your goal, what kind of commitment do you have? Is it a negotiable commitment or it's a non-negotiable commitment? So let me ask Suresh to answer. What is the difference between a negotiable commitment and a non-negotiable commitment? You'll have to unmute first.
Non-negotiable commitment is like, let whatever may come, I have to do that. That is the commitment.
Yeah, no negotiation. I will not give up no matter what. What is negotiable commitment?
Yeah, I mean, in that, we will not listen to anyone. We are 100% blind eye, it's like Eklavya.
Right.
Do or die kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And a negotiable commitment is what?
Negotiable commitments are like, taking others' help or maybe taking others' opinion, adding to, either upgrading or
changing according to situation.
Yes.
That is negotiable commitment.
Yes.
Sir. Okay. Now people make commitments. A lot of people make commitments. Okay. What is commitment anyway? It's a word.
Yeah, it is a word, and it's, instantly they promise, okay, I will do that. We will do this kind of thing.
Yeah. So we say many things, right?
Yes. And it may not happen. They are achievable. They are not achievable.
Yeah. So now start thinking, what will give power to your word, to your commitment? Now, this is a question for everybody, so you don't have to answer, Suresh. So what is commitment? And what will give power to your commitment?
Is it like do and die situation, sir?
That he already said. A non-negotiable commitment is a do or die commitment.
Okay.
Right? So I'm saying, okay, fine. Let us say that you made a commitment. You made a commitment, okay? You made a so-called do or die commitment also. Okay? What will be adding power to your commitment is the question. Because commitment is only a word, right? Hasina ji, go ahead. Unmute yourself first.
Burning desire.
Burning desire. Okay, great. Thank you. Burning desire will add power to your commitment.
Respecting and keeping your word.
Respecting and keeping your word, that will give power. See, if we have the tendency to use our words casually, we just keep saying something or the other, and we don't mean it. Then when you make a commitment, do you mean it? If you don't keep your word in life, do you believe in yourself? If you don't keep your words in your life, if you don't keep your promises in life, would you believe in yourself? So you can answer that question, Suresh. If you are a bluff master,
yeah,
you're a liar and you're lying to yourself,
okay,
and you're pretending, and your words are given lightly, you say things without thinking, will you believe in yourself?
no, there is no question of not.
But if you don't believe in yourself, will you believe in your commitment?
No, when I don't believe myself, I cannot have a stand on my words or
Exactly.
commitments.
So commitment will have no power, na?
No, commitment. There are some commitments, with an agreement. Like, okay, if you do that, I will do this. That is the
No,
commitment.
that's not the question. That's fine. I agree what you're saying. But if your self-belief is low, will you believe in your commitment?
No, that will be low also. Commitment also will be
Exactly.
low.
In that case, will you achieve your desires?
No, it is very difficult to achieve.
Great. Yes, Vetrivel, you wanted to say something.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. My understanding about the topic is we all have a goal, and many times we are not able to achieve that. It's because of we make goal through our conscious mind. Of course, we all want that. We have good intention, but the distraction comes from subconscious mind. Many times I don't know why I didn't do that. So otherwise, I can take a classic example. I want to have a beautiful relationship with someone, and all the time unknowingly I keep on nagging them, and obviously that goal cannot be achieved. So some distraction comes from subconscious mind. I also genuinely feel that we need external help. Somebody has to tell us that, hey, stupid, you are making mistakes here, you just change it. Some kind of a mechanism or some kind of advice.
Yeah, so if your commitment is strong enough, like the Wright brothers, their commitment was strong enough. They were cycle mechanics, but their commitment was very strong. They said, I'm not going to give up. So they found a way to do it, right? There was nobody to guide them also, no? They only had to find out. See, if the commitment is strong enough, then you will not allow yourself to lose, correct?
So it ends in the intensity of the commitment. I got it, sir. Thank you very much.
So if your commitment is strong enough, if you need a coach, you will find one. If you want resources, you will find them. If you don't know how to find them, you will find out how to find them. The commitment is so strong that you'll do anything and everything. And you know, the very beautiful thing about the human mind is that if you have a do or die, then your mind actually allows you to see possibilities which you are not able to see before. The question to ask ourselves is two things. One, have we made our commitment, our power to commit as a powerful power? So if I'm a man of my word and I do what I say, right, then I believe in my own words. If I do what I say, I am a person who does not give up easily. Okay. If you are a person, you know what Mr. Reddy Garu was saying, willpower is required. What is willpower? Willpower is if I say something, I will not give up. That is willpower. Simple. If I said it, I said it. I'm not going to give up, and nothing is going to make me give up. Now, this commitment, so-called, I mean, people use this word commitment very lightly. You know, anything, I'm committed. So what is the proof of your commitment? What is the proof of our commitment? Where are we going to look and find out? Yes, Asina ji, please unmute. You'll have to unmute first.
You
Yes.
just cannot keep saying, you have to act.
Yeah, so the proof of your commitment will be visible in your actions. Correct?
Yes.
Where else will it be visible? I mean, where would I look to see whether I'm committed or not?
Then you start with gusto.
Okay, anything else? A lot of people start with a lot of gusto. They give up with a lot of gusto also. So keep thinking about it.
Maybe we'll start getting results and then keep on moving.
That's right. If you are committed, you will start to see the results of your commitment. Correct? Sometimes the results take too long in coming. Then what happens? Yes, Suresh Garu. So, sorry, Kasa had raised his hands before. Yeah, Kasa, what would you like to say to us? Please unmute. You'll have to unmute, Kasa. Okay, he's not able to unmute for some reason. So what do you want to say, Suresh? You also please unmute and then speak. Yeah.
There are, I mean, situations sometimes, make us to forget the commitment, or though you are committed.
And is it really a commitment? You only said no, do or die commitment.
Yeah, yeah.
Arjun ki aankh commitment.
Example, this Corona situation. People, parents died and children could not go and bury them as a, custom. So,
well, that's an act of God. I also know a person who took the body of the father in a rickshaw 40 kilometers so that he could cremate.
Yeah.
See, it's either you will find a way or you won't find a way. So we are not getting.
I mean, situations, certain things they allow, certain things they don't allow.
Yeah. So at what point are you going to make the situation more powerful than your commitment? See, we are not finding out, justification. Okay, yeah, sure. Sometimes the situation stops you and sometimes you don't let the situation stop you.
Yeah.
Wherever you are allowing the situation to stop you, you are not getting what you want.
Yes, sir. I mean, but when you try to overpower the situation sometimes, like there is a roadblock, I mean, due to water and all that. If the bus driver or even a vehicle, car goes directly, okay, I want to cross the thing.
Yeah.
He gets
So,
stuck up sometimes.
Yeah, you do. So if you get stuck up, then you will not achieve your desire.
Yeah, वो पानी के साथ भी stream के साथ चले जाएंगे ना सर.
I know. अभी आप ये बात क्यों बोल रहे हो?
नहीं, I mean the situations sometimes they are very powerful.
Okay, we all know that, Don't tell us something which we don't know. My question is, why are you saying this? What is the purpose of saying what you're saying?
No, then you will become weak. I mean, losing some relations.
You will not become. You may allow. Some people become weak. Some people become strong. In the Corona situation, there is a company. They had 30,000 crore loan on them. They finished it off.
Yes, sir. Even this thing also earlier they used to say go on physically. Then we said make it online. They said no.
That's what I'm saying.
Corona made it.
So Suresh, it's always useful to know why you are saying what you are saying. What is the purpose?
Yeah.
See, what you're saying, we also know, everybody knows, right? That is what I'm saying, that if the situation or your feelings or anything is not allowing you to fulfill your commitment, you will get stopped. And there are some people who will not stop.
They will still
They will
work
find
out
a way.
and achieve. They will still work out and achieve. They will not give
Right.
up.
So why would they not give up? So you want to check in your life, where are you giving up? So all of us, you will see, we have at some place where we give up. Yeah. At that place, our commitment is weaker than, the situation.
Yes. Oh, I mean, people, the thing comes like, kitna din, how long should I face it?
So who made you give up? If you start thinking like that, who made you give up?
Myself.
Now I'll tell you something very interesting. We have seen people who are staying in a situation which they don't like. Okay? So if you ask them, are you committed to be in this horrible situation? They'll say, yeah, I have a commitment. That is why I'm tolerating this horrible situation. Very good. So are you committed to being miserable? They'll say no. Then why are you miserable? Because I cannot do anything about it. Why are you not changing the situation? Because I don't know how to do it. Did you try? Yes, sir. Many times I tried, but I'm not able to do it. So you're still in that miserable situation. Are you committed to be in the miserable situation? No, sir. I'm committed to have happy, peaceful life, sir. Then why are you not having a happy, peaceful life? Because, sir, so-and-so is not cooperating and I'm trying and I'm failing. So are you fulfilling your commitment? No. Why are you not fulfilling your commitment, sir? Because I'm not able to change the situation. It is impossible, sir. I tried for 20 years. Then why are you still in that situation? Are you committed to be unhappy and miserable? No, sir. I'm committed to be happy and miserable. Then why are you not changing the situation? Sir, because that situation is impossible to change. Then are you committed to being happy and peaceful? Yes, sir, I am. Then why are you staying in that situation? Sir, because I have to stay in that situation. Why are you staying in that situation? Because I can't change that situation. Why don't you get out of that situation? Sir, I cannot get out of that situation. Why are you not changing the situation? Because it is not possible, sir. This reason, that reason. I tried everything. Now I am working at half steam, sir. I am making the best. I am compromising, sir. Still, I am doing very well, sir. Of course, everybody is still doing very well. So the question is not, see, we have not to judge it. See, Suresh, we have not to judge it. The moment you start judging it, you cannot own it. You know, you cannot take responsibility for it. If I'm judging myself that I am failed, this is not possible for me, other people may be powerful, but I am not, this situation is too much for me. Now I'm judging, no?
Yeah.
When I'm judging, will I look for possibilities? See, there is, according to Dr. Edward de Bono, there are always possibilities. I should be able to find them.
Yeah.
Possibilities are always there, but I'm not able to see.
Not
so
matured enough
I'm not able to see, I will not again fulfill my commitment. Is my commitment strong enough? If my commitment is strong enough, I will keep looking for possibility until I find it.
Yeah.
Now, there is something very, very powerful in our brain, you know. It is called the reticular activating system.
Okay.
Now, this reticular activating system will allow you to see only what is necessary for your survival. So when you have a do or die commitment, then it will start showing you possibilities. But if your commitment is weak, see, sometimes what happens, no, we start with a strong commitment. At some point, it was very strong. Like Hasina ji say, we start with gusto. But after 3 or 4 times we failed, after we fail a couple of times, then our commitment becomes weak, you know.
Yes.
Then we are saying, yeah, I'm trying my best. Somebody says your best is not good enough, sir, but this is all. I have tried everything, nothing more is possible. If I try more, there will be more problems.
Yeah.
Now, fear of problem becomes more than hope of success. So finally, the commitment is finished. That is the mechanism. Now, we have to find out whether we want to fulfill our commitment or we want to give up. That is up to us. Correct?
Yeah.
So if we don't fulfill our commitment, we'll have a very good reason why we did not fulfill our commitment.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And sir, sometimes without maturity, I mean, when we take some certain goals or certain commitments without our maturity. Once you are matured, probably, you know, like let us say in a married life, generally, both are not, both are very new and they don't have understandings, kind of thing, and they will take, you know, okay, I will leave you, or a kind of thing. And over a period of time, they get matured, the things, and they start accepting. Then the unmatured commitment will be vanished.
Sir, let me give you an example, okay?
Yeah.
One guy gets married to a woman who is not compatible with him,
yeah.
okay? But he is committed to a happy married life.
Okay. Yeah.
And because he is committed to be in that marriage, he doesn't want to leave the marriage also. Okay. Now, he's continuing in that marriage, but it is not a happy married life. He's trying everything.
Yeah.
At some point, he stops trying.
Okay.
He says, what to do? At least I'm staying married. I will accept whatever is happening.
Okay.
Okay. Thoda hai, thode ki zarurat hai. So he's given up of his commitment on a happy married life. So is the purpose of being married to make both unhappy people? So it's good to find out, no, in your mind. Okay, wonderful man you are. Somebody is married for 40 years or 50 years. I'll say, wow, fantastic. What a commitment you have. But what are you committed to? Are you supposed to be unhappy in the marriage? Is that what the purpose of marriage is?
Yes, sir. I mean, it is, for some years, they will be unhappy. They are unhappy. And once they start understanding it, because happy married life is due to understanding each other, supporting each other. Once it is not there, if a partner is not understanding and supporting, then it is unhappy and it is a hell. And maybe over a period of time, they start understanding.
So if you are able to do that,
yeah,
what you are saying, then you are having happy married life. So problem is over.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. Thank you very much. Okay, Kasa is finally able to unmute himself. So please go ahead, Kasa.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Again, you have a signal problem.
Is it audible now, sir?
Slightly better.
When our convenience are more than our commitment, there we fail, sir. When we look at what is convenient to us, than looking at what we commit, then it becomes a challenge, sir.
That is also true. When you say convenient means comfort, I suppose.
Exactly.
What is easy for me? What is convenient for me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Yes, Kunen, sir.
Just a quick one, sir. Sacrifice. Unwillingness to sacrifice. If you can help us to know a bit.
I don't know in what context you are saying.
If I'm committed, then I should be able to sacrifice.
Sacrifice what?
Sacrifice something which is not making me committed.
Yeah, but what could be that something? That's what I want to know. You might want to sacrifice being right. You might want to sacrifice judging yourself and others. You might want to sacrifice your desire to not face uncomfortable situation. Sometimes to set something right, you may have to be uncomfortable also, no? Like sometimes if you have to cure yourself, you have to go for surgery also. Surgery is uncomfortable. You may have a desire to you might want to sacrifice your desire to be comfortable. What else you mean by willingness to sacrifice? If you are specific, it will be useful, Gunan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, sir. Ultimately, it is relating to my ego, my fixed point of view of something, which I'm not willing to leave because I feel that it will give me a pain.
Yeah, but actually it is not giving you a win. You are not able to fulfill your commitment.
Yeah.
In fact, it clouds your view about your own commitment.
Yeah.
Sometimes being right is more important than, getting what you desire. Let's say that you are in a conflict with someone and you have a very strong opinion or judgment about them. And you say that I'm committed to resolve the conflict. Conflict will never get resolved unless you're willing to drop your judgment about them and trying to be right about your judgment. Like people make up their mind, so-and-so is like this and so-and-so like this. If they're not willing to drop it, they'll never be able to resolve the conflict. You know, this desire, I am right. People always have this, no, I am right, I am right, I am right, they are wrong, I am right, they are wrong. So we don't want to sacrifice that. We're not willing to say, okay, all right, maybe I am right and they are also right. Have I ever tried to find out? Suppose in a situation, mostly people have a lot of problem in relationships, you know. They'll say, I'm committed to a great relationship. Okay? But in this great relationship that they are committed to, they are only aware about what they themselves desire. They have no idea about what the other person desires. So unless you keep in account other person's desires also, can you have a wonderful relationship? But you say, I'm committed to a wonderful relationship. So let us say the other person desires security, you know. Let us say the other partner requires security and I have no idea about that. And all my actions are making that person more and more insecure. Then whatever I keep doing is never going to allow me to fulfill my commitment of having a great relationship. Na? Possible? That is why I always say that communication begins with the willingness to accept another person's point of view without changing it. This becomes especially important when we are stuck with situations, right? When no possibilities are happening, then we have judged that person, labeled that person and said, okay, Baba, nothing is possible with this person, leave them alone. Then will we look for a possibility to try and fix it? We'll stop looking, no? And then we have learned a few nice words, you know. I am accepting the situation, sir. Jo mila usme khush rehne ka. Wonderful, yeah. Congratulations. But you notice they are not in allowance also. If we get into allowance, more possibilities will show up. We are accepting. We are saying a situation is not good. They are not somebody that I like. They are making my life miserable, but I accept it. That is my fate, you know. So will the commitment get fulfilled? No. So again and again, I'm asking you, one of the reasons could be if we don't have a commitment, we will not get what we desire. If our commitment is not strong enough, maybe then also I'll not fulfill my desire. If there is no power in my commitment, then also I will not fulfill my desire. You take me, for example, I keep saying I'm committed to being thin, right? But I'm 20 kilos overweight. My commitment has no power in this situation. Yes, Pitri. Yes, please unmute yourself.
Sir, sorry for the interruption. I would like to mention something important here. We are talking about commitment and willpower, and there is something beautiful, lively happening. For the past 2 days, your health is not good. You have 1,000 reasons to skip the session. Even you can tell others to handle also, but it is your inner commitment, which because you started it, you want to give value to the people. With all the bad health, in spite of that bad health, you are doing without even a single percentage lag on the show, and you are giving your 100%. This is a live example of fulfilling commitments.
You can also tell them what is the bad health. They'll understand the
then we will get into that laughter session.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you have to run to the bathroom every 2 minutes.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
So we salute you. Willpower not to run to the bathroom. You know.
We salute you. Salute you.
No need for that, you know. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Get it? If I had the same commitment to losing my weight, I would have lost it by now. So I'm really looking and seeing, so Deepak, you have so much commitment for so many things. Why are you not committed to losing weight? The answer will come, no, sir, but I love to eat. So, but why are you not losing weight, sir? I love to eat sweets. But you know, sweets are bad for you. yeah, what to do, but I still love to eat. What is the use of living if there is no sweet in my life? So that kind of nonsense thinking does not allow me to fulfill my commitment. And the only answer I will have is, hello, Sukhdeepak, are you really committed? That's the only thing I can question. No? So when it comes to keeping my commitment about my weight, I think I've given up somewhere. I'm saying, no, it's not possible. So let it be. In fact, this entire discussion of today started from that thought only. Okay, how is it that you are so committed in certain things that you're having loose motions and still controlling and sitting here and doing the session? But when it comes to controlling your diet, you are not able to do that. Aren't we very strange people? Interesting, isn't it? So it's good to find out what's happening with our commitment. Are we committed or not? And if we are not committed, be honest about it and say, I'm not committed. Then are you willing to give up the desire? We don't want to give up desire also. Have you noticed that? We are not committed, but we still have a desire. So if you are not committed and if you don't have a desire, you will fail. And when you fail, what will you do? You will judge yourself and say, I'm a stupid fellow, I failed. So why have a desire if you're not committed to it? Think about that. Why to have a desire if you're not committed to that desire? Because if you're not committed to your desire, you will definitely fail. And if you fail, what will you say to yourself? Useless fellow, you failed. So why make a desire for which you have no commitment? Yeah. So, Mr. Suresh Garu, what are you wanting to say, sir?
Yes, sir. On a lighter note, loose motions cannot move with a slow motion.
They cannot move in slow motion. Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So lots and lots of food for your thoughts. Anything more you want to say, Suresh? Go ahead. Unmute.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. See, there are, we add meanings and attachments to many things. There we commit. Commitment comes. When you don't have attachment, detachment starts, and the power of accepting such things will, get lost.
Maybe.
Material things, and the priorities keep changing as as I said,
Simple. Listen, Suresh, very simple. If you are not able to commit, don't have a desire. And if you really have a desire, commit yourself for it and then get into action. Anything else you can do? Okay. So before we say bye-bye, I would like some of our good friends to say a few last words to you, whatever is happening to them. What happened to Abhinav Mathur when we started talking about commitment? He disappeared. Okay, anybody who wants to say anything before we leave today? Look at commitment. If you're not even committed to being on time on this session, where is your commitment? Yes, Kunayan sir.
I wanted to thank you, sir, for the great session. It opened up many things, and थोड़ा माहौल को अच्छा करने के लिए एक शायरी हो जाए.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. I was waiting for that.
इजाजत हो तो अर्ज किया है कि सफर जिंदगी का बहुत ही हसीन है. सफर जिंदगी का बहुत ही हसीन है, सबको किसी ना किसी की तलाश है. Life is a wonderful journey. We all are looking for goals, certain desires. किसी के पास मंजिल है तो राह नहीं, किसी के पास मंजिल है तो राह नहीं, और किसी के पास राह है तो मंजिल ही नहीं. So this is a paradox of life. We have goals, we have desires, no commitment, no tools. So what to do? As you rightly mentioned, if you have a desire, commitment, do it, take action. And this also reminds me another word, sir. You always say that because. But we also use but. And there's another but. So
we are sitting on.
Yeah, we have to get rid of that buts. Then only we can do something.
Get off your butt.
Get off the butts. So it opened up so many things for me today. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. And Vetrivel, why don't you make everybody a little energized now by doing our famous laughing exercise, and then we'll say bye-bye to everyone. You'll have to unmute first.
Thank you very much, sir. Before getting into laughter session, I want to share something on a lighter note. One person asked his friend a solution to stop loose motion. Then that person genuinely advised him, wear something on red color. This person surprisingly asked, what? To stop loose motion? You are asking me to wear red color. Why? Because seeing the red color, even that much big train stops, can't this small thing stop? With that humor, let us get into laughter session. When I say 1, 2, 3, let us going to laugh 100% without making a noise. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
So keep creating, keep generating, generate happiness, generate positivity. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you tomorrow morning, sharp at 7:30, ready to begin. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Take care. Bye-bye.